Fine. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope my screen is visible to you guys. My screen is visible to you guys. Yes or no? Fine. Okay. So what we are going to do today is, last time we have done our programs till 16, right? 16 programs that we have done, finished. Sorry, 17th. 17 programs we did. One program was there that write a program to calculate number of objects created for the particular class, right? That also we have done. Okay. So now today we'll do 18th program. That is for what? Define a class complex. The name of the class is complex. It will be having a data as real and imaginary, means two float data, two data members. One is float real and float imaginary, IMAG. Okay. Now you have to make one member function as add COMP. What I need to do, I am having one class that is complex, right? And I want to add two real numbers and two imaginary numbers of the same classes to different objects. Okay. Same like your time class, right? In your time class, you were having one class time, you were creating two different objects, T1 and T2, and you were adding the data of this T1 and T2 like hours and minutes, right? So there is nothing new in this. And you would be having one method that is show comp, right? So write a C++ program to get the information of these two complex numbers. So for that, you will be having three different options. Like first option that you will create the constructor, right? The parameterized constructor, and you will pass the values directly into this constructor. Second option you are having, you will create a get data kind of method, function, right? Get data function, and you will pass two arguments over there, for imaginary, fine, and you will set the value. And third option, you will be having a void init kind of function, right, where the user will directly enter the data. You are having three options for all the C++ programs throughout your C++, right? I hope this is clear. And you will simply add these two complex numbers and you will display the result with overloaded constructor concept. So here they say that you have to use the constructor. Fine. Otherwise, you are having total three methods. But here they said you have to use the constructor and overloaded. Why? Because you will create one constructor as a default one and another constructor with the two arguments. Right? So simple. I hope the definition is clear. Though I'll write the structure, fine, but almost the definition is clear. Okay. So what you are going to do is over here is, I'll save this first. And fine. So here I'm having one class. The name is complex. Okay. In this class, what I'm having is two data members, two variables like float, real, comma, image. Fine. Now in public section, what you are having is, here they feed this, you have to use the constructor concept. So I'm writing over here complex, right? A default constructor where you are having two options. Either you left it as a blank one, right? simply you are just creating open, close, finish. Or you can, give real is equals to 0 and the imaginary is equals to 0. That is up to you. Right now, I'm not writing anything. Right? Then again, complex. But here you have to set the two different variable, real and imaginary. So for that, you are having two different data. Like I'm writing float A, float B. Fine. And I'll simply set the value. What kind of code you have to write, that is up to you. Fine. You know this, what you need to write. You just need to set the values whatsoever will be there from integer main. This A and B I'll pass from integer main, and that will be set to my real and imaginary, right? That is very simple. Now I'll be having one friend function. They already said what should be the name of the function. What is the name of the function? Add comp. So I'll write the same name, right? Friend add comp. But this function will finally return the object, right? The same concept what was there in my time class, right? It was returning another object, third object, right? And its data type is what? Time. So same way over here, the data type would be what? Of course, complex, right? Because my class name is complex. So this is my return type. And what I'm passing over here, two complex kind of argument, right? Complex, complex. This is what my function declaration. And now finally I'm having void. They say that show comp. This is my function name, right? For displaying my data. So this is my show comp. This is my function, right? This is my normal function. This is what I'm doing in my class, right? So you have to write this function for adding the data and this function for showing the data. And from integer main, what you will do is, okay? So this is what I'm writing, okay, the structure of your program. Now I hope you will be able to finish this, yes or no? Because I'm not getting response from your side. So I hope the definition is clear to you guys, and you guys will be able to finish this program. Okay, Rahil is saying yes. Fine. Okay, Shivanand. Fine. So you are getting the definition. Okay. So please write it down this program, because the same program we will do by two different ways more, right? The same program, but we will do with the different ways by using the operator overloading. Because in this program, they said you have to use the overloaded constructor. Fine. So this is the program of our unit 4. Fine. But we will make this program of our unit 5. Okay. Fine. Okay. Okay, then finish it quickly. Finish it quickly. I'm giving you 10 minutes. Okay. Great, Sahil. Great. See, there would be a similar kind of programs, right? We can just change the class's name. Okay. One would be the time. In that, our data would be like hours and minutes. So the same kind of program we are having, just the data are the changed one. So if you are able to write at least one kind of program, nobody can stop you, right? You can write down any program related to this. Otherwise, the concepts are very similar, right? So please pay attention, do this program by your own at least. If you are able to write one program, you will be able to write any of the programs, right? That is why the same program I'm doing the same thing like this program only you will do it by the binary operator overloading, right? So you will be having a clear idea that okay, this program can be done with overloaded constructor. This same program you can do with the binary operator overloading, but without using friend function and with using the friend function. So the three different kind of same program, and you will be having the different concept. That's it, right? The class name will be different, or the data will be different. Function name will remain same. The constructor will remain same. That's it. Nothing new in that. Fine. So you will be able to write it by your own, even into the exams. You will score, max as much as you can. Okay. Fine. So should I write it down this program? I'm writing. Okay. So whosoever has not yet done, they can finish it. So as I see that in your default constructor, you can either set like real is equals to 0 and image is equals to 0, or you can left it blank, right? So that is up to you. You can choose anything. Then here, what you are doing? Real is equals to A and imaginary is equals to B, right? Simple. Now these two functions, you are writing outside or the inside, that is up to you. Here I'm just copy paste this, right? I don't have to label that function with complex and scope resolution operator and all. Why? Because this is friend function. I'll repeat the same thing again and again, so it will be there in your mind. It will be there in your mind and it won't be erased from your mind, right? Because this is the friend function, I don't have to label it with the class name because this function is not part of your class. So, and this complex is written, that is nothing but the return type. Okay, that is why I have written this complex. Add complex, that is the function name. Two argument we are passing, class object, two. Okay, and I have to give over here any object name. So I'm writing over there object one and here object two. Right. This is what my friend function is. Now I'm creating another object, third object, right? That what I was doing even at the time of my time class, right? Time T3. So here I'm creating another object, complex object 3. And what I'll do is object 3 dot real is equals to object 1 dot real plus object 2 dot real. So simple things you are doing, right? Same way what you are doing for the imaginary object 3.img is equals to object 1.img plus object 2.img. Simple, you are adding the real data and the imaginary data that will be stored into object 3 and simply you are returning or you are throwing this object. Return object 3. Simple, that is why I have taken this return type complex because finally my function is returning something with the data type complex. So this and this data type should match, right? Here if I'm having integer data type, so here my return type would be integer. Simple. Okay, so This was my friend function. Now I'm writing my display function, right? This is my void show comp. This is my function. Okay. So here I'm writing. This is your member function, right? And member function always label with the class name. So I'm writing over here complex op resolution operator and this is show comp. So I can see that the show comp function is from complex class, right? What I'll write, see out kind of statement will always be there in my display function or show function, right? So I'll simply write that real is equals to, right? Here I'll print real. Okay. Sorry. Handle. And here see out imaginary is equals to, right, img. Done. So this is what you are doing, right? Now here my two functions over. Now my task is for integer main. A very first task is what in integer main? I'm creating the objects. Okay. So here my class name is what? Complex, right? And I'm creating the object like object1. But you know this in I have created over here two kind of constructor, right? One is a default constructor, one is a parameterized constructor where I'll pass the values. So I want my parameterized constructor. So whenever I'm creating my objects at the same time, I'll initialize my object with some value. Okay. So here I'm writing 1 comma 2, right? So I'm just passing real is equals to 1 and imaginary is equals to 2. Simple. Again complex object 2 and I'm writing over here like 2 and 3. Any value you can pass over here. And you are creating another object, third object. Why? Because ultimately your function add comp will throw something and it will throw something, so I need to catch it. So for catching I need the same data type object3 means third variable kind of thing, that what I was taking for my built-in data types, right? So object3 is equals to, or I'll simply create this and after that I'll write object3 is equals to add comp, right? And I'm passing my object1 comma object2. Simple, right? I'm just calling my function add comp object1 comma object2. I'm not using any object over here. Why? Because this is the friend function and friend function is not part of your class. So you have to call that function directly without any of the object. So I'm simply calling add comp object1 object2 I've passed. It will finally throw something and that will be stored in my object3. And now I'll call this show comp by this object3 because my final data is stored where? In object3. So I'll call this function via object3 only and I'll show this, right? So my program is over. It was so simple, yes or no, right? Anyone can learn this C++. If you don't have knowledge of your C language, then also it is fine. If your C language is weak, then also it's fine, right? This is what the best I can do for you, right? I'm showing you each and every step. Fine. So we'll run this. Before that, hash include iostream and using space std. Now I'll run this. Hopefully there is no error. It will take some time. Okay, so real is equals to 3 and imaginary is equals to 5, right? Because I'm simply adding my data, this one. I have passed what? 1 and 2, okay? So 2 plus 1, that would be 3, and imaginary 3 plus 2 is equals to 5, right? Nothing new we are doing, but this is what the concept. I hope it is clear. Yes or no? At least one person can write it down, so I'll be able to. Okay, fine. Now, see the same program. First, if you have not finished it yet, so just finish it, and after that, whosoever have finished this program, they will start writing this program by doing this with operator overloading plus. Because ultimately what I'm doing is I'm adding my real and imaginary data, right? Real with real and imaginary with the imaginary. But I don't want to call this function like this, add comp ob1 and ob2. Instead of that, what I'll write over here, if you know this concept very well, you can understand this, right? Object 1 plus object 2. When I'll simply write this object 1 plus object 2, directly my binary operator overloading, I mean operator plus function will be called, and they will do the same thing. I mean nothing is changed over here. This will remain same, right? You are doing this task only, that ob1 dot real plus ob2 dot real, and everything will remain same if you are using the friend function. And if you are using member function, then some of the changes will be over here in your function, right? So you have to implement the same program with member function for your operator overloading as well as your friend function for your operator overloading. So finally we will be having three different programs. Okay, one with overloaded constructor. This is what we have done, right? I'll simply do control Z and I'll create one another file, okay, and I'll write the same thing into that. So finally I'll be having three different files, okay, one with overloaded constructor, one with binary operator overloading using member function, and third file binary operator overloading with the friend function. I hope it is clear, right? So total three programs, but you have to do a minor change. It will take only 1 minute, but still I'm giving you 5 minutes for one program, right? So total I'm giving you 10 minutes. Clear this thing? Yes or no? Right? And if you are not able to write it down, fine, finally I'll write it for you, no worries, okay? I'll do it for you, but at least try it by your own first. That is my request. Yeah, fine. I hope you have done. If not that, I'm doing it right now. Okay. So a very first change, right? I'm using the same program, right? But you have to do in 3 different .cpp files. Okay. So your original content should not be modified, right? I'm doing in a same program. So where would be the change? This will remain same, right? If you are using the constructors, then it is fine. You can even use over here your get data kind of function. You can write over here get data, right? Void get data. But you are doing the same thing. You are just assigning your data members with this A and B, right? You are initializing that data, one in the same. Instead of that, I'm just keeping the same, right? Now you will have the change over here, right? Because right now I'm doing this program via member function. So how you will write, this is your member function, which will return something as your complex, and its name should be what? Operator, right? Over here, name is operator, and which operator you are overloading? That is plus, right? So operator plus, which is you are overloading, and you know this is the binary one, right? And if this is a member function and you are overloading your binary operator, your argument would be exactly 1, right? So I will be having only one argument over here, because if it is a member function, I'm calling this function at least via my object, right? So left hand side would be my object and right hand side, that would be as my argument. Yes or no? You remember this thing, right? Here again, I would be having show comp, that will remain same. I'm not doing any change over here. Again, this is my member function, and my member function always label with the class name, right? If I'm defining it outside of my class, what you need to write over here is again complex and scope resolution operator. So I'm writing complex scope resolution operator, that is for labeling, and this complex is for my return type. So there will be 2 times this complex and complex, right? So that is the correct one, right? Now I am having this operator plus, and I would be having only one argument. So I'll take it as a complex object 2. Fine. So here I'm taking another object, that is complex object 3, and object 3 dot real is equals to this real. You can access directly like this. Why? Because this real and this imaginary will be of that real and imaginary of whatsoever the object have invoked this function. So you know that left hand side is always responsible for invoking your function, and right hand side will be as an argument in your function. This is what I'm repeating almost 20th or 25th time. I hope you are getting the things, right? Yes or no? What I'm saying is only one argument over here, because in member function that will be called by one object, that is at your left hand side. So object dot your function, and right hand side whatsoever the object is there, that is with the argument. So this real and imaginary I can access directly, right? As this is my private variables, but I'm calling with my function, sorry, I'm calling with my object, right? So that object's real and imaginary will be accessible directly without any object, right? So just real and imaginary, and object2 dot real, object2 dot imaginary, I'm returning it. So where would be the change over here? Over here I said you can directly write like this, object1 plus object2. Or I can write like what? object 3 is equals to object 1 dot operator plus object 2. I hope this thing is very clear. You can call this function via this, or you can call this function via this. Both are equivalent, right? Both are the correct one. It is nothing like one is wrong and one is right. Both are the correct one. Fine. So object 3 is equals to object 1 dot operator plus object 2. So here object 1's real and imaginary are accessible over here directly. Fine. And here whatsoever is there with your argument means object 2, that data is accessible like object 2 dot real and object 2 dot imaginary, something like this, right? And I'm returning something in complex, so here there would be someone who will catch it, and via that only I can do the show comp. So this will take hardly 1 to 2 minutes to just do the change. Yes or no? It's so easy. One program, it was of your unit 4 simple class and object and friend function. With that you are making this, and here you have done this via your unit 5 concept, which is binary operator overloading. So we will run this. Hopefully there is no error. If it is there, we will solve it. Right? So it will again do the same thing, right? Real is equals to 3, imaginary is equals to 5, but via operator overloading. Whenever you are writing object 1 plus object 2, your left hand side is always responsible for invoking your function, and right hand side will behave as your function argument. I'll repeat this again and again in each and every program, so it will be there in your mind. Okay, and even you can call your function like this also. Fine. This is your typical way that how you can call any of the function, and this is the special way that how you can call this function, right? It will give you a feeling like you are working with a built-in kind of data type, right? You are having integer a, b, and c, and you are writing c is equals to a plus b. This is very similar to that, right? I hope this is clear. Yes or no? Please write it down in the chat. Okay, fine. Fine. So the same program I'll again modify, but here now I'll use the friend function. Right now I've modified this program that is with the member function. Yes or no? This is my member function, right? But now I'll modify this with the friend function. So what I need to do, first I need to add the friend keyword over here, right? This is my return type complex, fine. This is my operator plus function, fine. But you remember the rule, if you are using the friend function and you are doing the binary addition, right? So binary operator overloading. So at that time you will be having 2 arguments instead of 1. So I'll add another one, complex, comma, complex. Fine. This is what I'm doing the change. Now again, I'll go to my function. Now this is the friend function. I cannot label it like this. So first I'll remove the label, right? Then operator plus function. Fine. I'll add another argument like this, complex object 1, comma, complex object 2. 2 arguments will be there. Fine. Rest of the things will remain same except this object 1 dot real, because I'm passing my object 1 and object 2 like this as my argument. I'm not calling this function via any of the object. So this real and imaginary will not be directly accessible automatically. Instead of that, I have to give object 1 dot real and over here object 2 dot real. Sorry, object 2 dot imaginary. Right? And finally you are returning this as your object 3. So this is what I'm doing the change. Now from integer main, this will remain same, right? Object 3 is equals to object 1 plus object 2. And if you want to write like this way, then there would be a change, because now I'm not calling this function via object 1. Instead of that, I'm writing object 3 is equals to operator plus and object 1 comma object 2, because I'm having two arguments. So simple. I hope there is no error in this program. If there would be, then we'll solve it. Fine. So something is wrong. Real is 3 and imaginary is we are getting 6. Why 6 we are getting? Object 1 dot real plus object 2 dot real. Object, okay, sorry. Object 1 is over here, that is why. Sorry. Right? So object 1, object 1, right? And object 2, object 2. It was typo error. Again, I'm running this program. Fine. So now you are getting your output, that is real is equals to 3 and imaginary is equals to 5. Done. I hope there is no confusion in all these three methods. Why I'm making you to do this program. Fine. Why I'm insisting this thing, because if the same program you will do with the different manner, then and only then you will get that difference, right? You can differentiate among those all three methods. What would be the difference, right? And it's working correctly, right? So same program we have implemented with all these three methods: one, constructor overloading; second, operator overloading via both the methods, member function as well as friend function. I hope it is perfectly clear. Done, everyone. So we can further proceed to our next program. And if you have not finished yet and you need some time, then just let me know in chat. You have finished all three programs, yes or no? Done. One person is saying done. What about the others? What about Bhavya, Chirag, Darshan, Dev, Zaveri, Dholakia, both, Harshad, Nancy, Ashish Oja, Priyansh, Rajkumar, Shubh, Shyam, Tanzil, Viraj, Vishnu. Let me know your status. Fine. All three programs. Fine. Okay, fine. Fine, great. If you are doing this, it's great. Because if you are doing just your, if you are making your efforts, at least for this lab, you will be able to write any of the program. Fine. Okay. So our next program, that is 18th program. Fine. 18th program. And you will upload these programs, I mean, after finishing till this, right? After finishing this, I'll again create one assignment on Google Classroom. First, first assignment was, it was the combination of unit 1, 2, and 3, right? And now I'll create again that is for unit 4 and 5. Or it was the combination of unit 1 and 2 only, right? From function it's remain, right? So it would be 3, 4, and 5. Okay, fine. So the next is you are creating a class float, right? They have given you the name of your class, that is float, that will contain one float data member. So only one variable is there, float A, say suppose, right? Only one data is there. Now you have to overload all the four arithmetic operators like plus, minus, multiplication, division. These are the four arithmetic operators that you are overloading, right? So that they can operate on this object of float. You are passing obviously, object of your float class, fine. So simply the task is very simple, right? You are overloading all these four operators in one program. That's it. So I'll remove this, right? This program I'll simply remove and will write class plot. Okay. Now in this, what you are having is a simple one variable. Say suppose that is plot f. Okay. Now in public section, what you are writing is, say, first of all, we have to take the data because you are performing plus, minus, multiplication, division on some value, right? So that value will be given by either the user or it will directly pass from your integer main. So you can take over here the constructor, right? So first I need to define, here is my class plot in capital, right? Goes automatically like this, right? So I'll create one default constructor, means no argument constructor. Simply just open and close if you don't want to assign any of the value, right? Or you can assign this f is equals to 0. That is up to you, that what you want to do, right? Or I can keep it as a blank. Now plot, what I'm taking over here, one float variable, say suppose plot A. Now what I'm doing over here, f is equals to A. Simple, right? Now I have to take four different functions, either member functions or you have to take it as a friend function, because in operator overloading you are having only two options, right? So right now I'm writing this program with the member function, okay? And you have to write another program with the use of the friend function. This is only the task because in this lab we will do only two programs. Though actually we are doing the five programs, right? Okay. So what I need to write, ultimately it will return some value in the float. So I'm writing my return type is as a float. Then my function name, that is operator. I'm overloading my operator plus, and if this is my member function, I have only one argument. So I'm writing plot, one argument. Semicolon, it's over. Right? Same way, I'll simply copy this, I'll paste over here. Same for minus. And this is obviously binary operator overloading, right? Binary one. So keep this in your mind. Multiplication, and the same, that is for division. So I'll overload my operator plus, minus, multiplication, division. 4. Okay. And one function to show the result, to print the result. So I'll take it as void display. Okay. Simple. You can even write the definition over here only. Right. I am writing this C out simply F. Right. This is how you are displaying your result. Fine. F would be your result. Because ultimately whatsoever the answer is there, I'm changing this in that only. So I'll use F over here. This is what is my class structure, and then I'll be having my integer main. So now you will be able to write those functions by your own, right? You simply have to write this 4 functions. That's it. And ultimately, you first function, if you are able to write it correctly, you just have to copy paste and simply change the sign accordingly, right? It's very simple. I hope you will be able to finish this. Yes or no? Right? Definition is clear. What you are doing is definition is clear. At least one person write it down. Yes. So okay, fine. So I'm giving you sufficient time, right? 20 minutes around, right? And once you will finish this program, you will implement the same program, but instead of member function, you are making it as a friend function, right? Minor changes will be there. fine. So I'm writing the program. Yeah. If you are still getting the error, you can solve it out like this. Right. First, this is your float, that is return type, right? And this is your member function. If it is a member function, you have to label it with your class name. So again, float and scope resolution operator, then my function name operator plus, right? And one argument like a float, and you can pass over here object2, right? Why? Because object one will be there from, I mean, you can keep any name over there, but there would be no confusion if I'm giving the name like this. Otherwise, I can give the name like this also, right? But this will create the confusion. That is why I'm always giving some meaningful name so you will get it easily, right? So here I'm creating again another object, which is, we can say, third object, right? So I'll give object 3 only. The name I'll give like this also only, right? So object 3 dot f is equals to what? Object 1 dot f plus object 2 dot f. Simple. Just it is very similar to object 3 dot real is equals to object 1 dot real plus object 2 dot real. Isn't it like this? But here I'm not giving object 1 dot f. Why? Because this is directly accessible, right? So I'll simply write f plus object 2 dot f. Why I'm writing like this? I'm giving a clear cut clarification, right? That your object 1 will be directly accessible, because by that object only this operator plus function will be called. Okay, that is why. And finally, what I'm doing, simply return object 3. I'm returning my object, I'm throwing this object 3, right? That is why I've taken this return type. Okay, and the same function will be there for all, right? Control V, Control V, Control V. Fine. Here my object, sorry, my function name would be what? First time it was operator plus. Now it is operator minus. In operator minus, you are doing minus, right? Same way, this is multiplication. In this, you are doing the multiplication. Actual meaning should not be changed, right? This is your division, and here you are doing the division. Very simple. That is why I said if you are writing one function correctly, others you just need to do the copy paste only. Now in integer main, what you are doing is, first you are creating, I mean, or you are taking one variable over there, and then you can take it from the user and then you can pass it. But in a very simple way, what I'm doing is, I'm creating object 1, right? So whenever I'm creating object 1, at that time only I'll pass two arguments, as I've taken over here this, sorry, one argument, right? I've taken over here my parameterized constructor and I'm passing one value. So when I'm creating this object, at that time only I'm passing, say, suppose 9.0, something like this. Okay. Same way I'm creating another object, object 2, at that time I'm passing, say, suppose 3.0, right? I'm taking any random values. And now I'm creating another object, that is what? Object 3. That is again of the type float. So here float object 3, which will call default constructor, right? I'm not assigning any value to this. And now I'm writing object 3 is equals to object 1 plus object 2. Okay. So this will directly call your operator plus, right? Operator plus. You have overloaded your operator. Now I just want to show you that on using plus, you are getting this, right? This is what I want to show you as your result. And now you are calling your display function, of course. So ob3 dot display. So here the result will be printed. I'm just checking right now. And fine, I'll write everything. Then again, this 3 line only, fine. But now you are doing what? Minus, fine. Now operating on minus, you will be having this output OB3 dot display, again the same one, right? Again that 3 lines. Here I'll do multiplication. Now operating on the multiplication, you will get this. Again 3 lines. Here you are using division. By division, you are displaying this. So we'll see this. If there is any error, we will solve it. Fine. So you are getting perfect output. I hope I'm clear to you guys. I have passed 9 and 3, so addition is 6. Subtraction is 6, multiplication 27, division 3. We are getting the correct one. So please check your concept with my program, right? And if still there is an error, right, I'll solve it. So I hope you all have done this program. Yes or no? Please write it down in the chat so I can get to know that you have finished or not. Or you require some time to finish it. So I'll again show you the same code, right? And you can finish it. Just let me know the status. And if you have done, then please start doing the same program with the friend function. Okay. If you have done it, here we have taken those functions as your member function. But you have to do this same for the friend function also. Please write it down in the chat as you are not writing anything. So I hope you are listening me. Have you finished this program? Okay, one person is replying yes. Fine. What about the others? 2%. Chalo, Rahil and Palak. What about the others? You guys sleeping, I think, or left for your lunch. Great. So the session is recorded and you are not replying means you have not done this program, right? Why still working? Because if you are writing one function, right? I've just shown you, right? If you are writing one function, then it is control C and control V. Just you just need to change the sign. That's it. I mean, it looks like a lengthy program, but it is not. If I'm writing one function for the plus, minus, multiplication and division, it will take hardly 1 minute to change it. Same for the integer main. If I'm writing for 1, right, then it is control C and control V. Then why you guys are getting this much time? I'm showing you again this, okay? This is my integer main, right? This is what you are doing for 1. And this is the one function. This is what I'm showing you, right? So based on that, you can make another 3 functions. Quickly finish it, right? I'm still giving you some time, and whosoever has completed the program, done the program, they will do this program with the friend function, and then maybe I'll ask you for the screen sharing, right? So if you are writing done, that's fine. Okay, just quickly finish it.
None, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Rahul. Done using friend function. Great. Fine. So now you guys are able to write any of the operator overloading program, right? Good. Okay, fine. So what I need to do over here, what changes I need to make. This is your return type, right? What I need to do the change. This is your friend function now. Okay, I'm doing the changes. You have to make a copy of it, right? You have to make one copy and you will create another file and then only do the changes. Original should not be modified, right? But I'm doing this in the same copy. Fine. Okay. This is your friend function, which will which will be having a return type of plot class, right? This is your operator plus function which you want to overload, and for your binary operation you need two argument in your function, right? So I'm writing another one, plot comma plot. This would be your function definition, right? So here I'll do this change. Control V, Control V, and Control V, right? First, this is for your minus, then multiplication, and for the division. Okay. So this four are your friend functions. Display will as it is. This one parameterized constructor, default constructor will remain as it is, right? Now, if this is your friend function, you don't have to label it with the friend function. Even you don't have to label with the class name, right? Because this is your friend function. I'll repeat this again and again, right? This is your return type float. This is your operator plus. And here I'm adding another argument as object 1. Right? So plot object 1 comma plot object 2. This is my third object, and here object 3.f is equals to object 1.f plus object 2.f. Right? This is only the change what I'm having. It will simply return object 3. The same thing will be over here for all the functions. So I'm deleting this and I will copy this one. Okay. Oops. Control C and Control V. Right. This is for minus, and I'll do this for minus. Okay. Same way over here it is for multiplication, and I'll do multiplication. Fine. Here it is for division. I'll do division operation, right? Because my actual meaning should not be changed. Now over here there is no change in integer main, right? We'll see whether there is any error or not, right? we are getting the same output with using the friend function. Okay. So in member function, what you used to write over here, you can write object3 is equals to object1 dot operator plus, and object2 will be passed over here. This is what you are doing if this is your member function. Okay. And same thing, what you will write if it is your friend function, another way to call your function, another way to invoke your function, operator plus, and over here you are passing object1 comma object2. This is how you can call your function, yes or no, right? Same way, this is for minus and all, right? Here it would be minus, right? So object1 dot operator minus object2. Same way, object is equals to object minus object1 comma object2. Then this is how you can write. This is how another way to call your function. This is for your member function and this one is for your friend function. I hope the concept is clear to you guys. Very clear. Yes or no? Yes. Very good. Fine. Okay, so please write it down your enrollment number, and meanwhile I'll give you another program to do. Fine. But please write it down your enrollment number into the chat. Fine. Everyone has written their number, right? Okay. Now what you need to do is just write your program with the use of operator overloading, the program of that time, right? Time class. Add hours plus minutes. Okay. Right? You know this program. Very nice, Shyam. So late. Right? So what you need to do is you have to write one program that is of your time class, in that you are having integer hours and integer minutes, right? And you are passing hours and minutes and you are just doing the addition. But that you did with your friend function, normal unit 4, right? Object and classes. You have done this program in that way. But now we will do the same program with the binary operator overloading, either by using the member function or by using the friend function. That is up to you, right? You just need to write one program for this. Fine. So just do that program. If you are having any query, I'm here only. Okay.